Hi YouTube, I'm doing an update vloggy vlog on my preparing for my fast. I haven't made an update in a while. I made one last week, but I haven't uploaded it yet, so I'll have to do that. This week I'm on 2, for those who are actually following me. And even if you're watching these back to back, it's not going to feel like a time lapse, but I'm living in my life right now. So, this is what, the 4th week? Going on the 4th week, I think. Maybe. I don't know. The first week was, I'm all done with meat. I don't eat meat anymore at this point. Not for those coming in now. It's not, I don't eat meat. It's, I'm preparing for a fast. And I'm eliminating foods slowly. So last week was my first week with no meat of any sort. Still consuming eggs, but I haven't really consumed a lot of eggs. Probably in more things than by themselves. This week is going to be the hard one. This one I'm working to eliminate like junk food, sweets, goodies. That's going to be hard for me. I mean, I haven't given up coffee and I put sugar in my coffee, but I'm getting there. I'm following my own rules, not someone else's rules. I'm doing what I can handle with. And I'm working to eliminate most processed food. Now, not all processed food, because, I mean, I'm still going to eat bread. Next week will probably be like the bread, grain, pasta. Because I know pasta is also processed. But I'm doing one thing at a time. Which, with that being said, I have to up my produce intake and my fluid intake. Still have not gotten all of, I haven't been keeping up with my hydration properly, but such is life. So one of the reasons why I want to do the fast is not just for the physical side of, you know, getting rid of some of the toxins, giving my body a break, letting my body relax a little bit more. So it's not digesting some heavier foods, you know, giving my internal organs a rest, and also helping with some, I don't want to say enlightenment, but, you know, with just getting in touch with my higher self in a way. And, with each passing week, I've definitely noticed a change. I mean, I've heard that part of the enlightenment, to enlighten yourself better or raise your vibrations or whatever you want to call it, you change your diet to, is it a more alkaline diet where you don't have like meats and stuff, and that's part of my understanding. That's part of the appeal of being a vegetarian and a vegan for some people, because it changes your alkalines, or something to do with alkalines, and because of that it raises your vibration. That's super generalized. It's not my field of expertise. So yeah, just saying. But with that being taken into account, I have noticed my brain has been very, 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 very active. Now, I am an Aquarius. I'm a double Aquarius, Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, Virgo rising, for those who are interested in that sort of thing. So having a very active brain is fairly normal for me. Like, the percentage of things that I can get out in a coherent manner is like this much. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. There's so much stuff swirling through my brain, and it's so hard to get it all out between theories and views and ideas and all kinds of stuff. You know, the amount of things that I have going through my brain on just a regular basis is exhausting, because there's that, I don't know about anybody else, but there's that constant fight of things that you need to do to take care of your family and your responsibilities and the things you want to do. And it's like, over time I've been working to find that balance, so the things that I want to do become
Mama,
part of the things I need to do.
this thing in this middle.
What? Oh, you want that in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm making a vlog, so I need some personal space, kiddo. Here, I fixed it. Take it to the living room, sweetheart. I love you.
You touched me and you scared me.
That was your knee.
You did it.
But I have noticed more brain activity. And that sounds so weird, but like just I'm find myself verbalizing opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got them. Yeah, I said it. But being able to formulate the words in my head or sometimes even on paper and whatnot for what my views are on a situation or my perspective is on a situation or what my political view is on this particular thing or that I've just been, my brain is working the way I like it to work. That's the thing. I don't like it when I can't think. And I know it can be really frustrating sometimes because if my brain is going too much, it's almost like it makes me so my body can't work. Like my brain is just thinking so fast and there's so many thoughts going through it and so many ideas and so much ew. Thing on my tongue is like a kashi thing. That's like cereal. Okay. Like puffed rice sort of stuff. Where was that? Oh yeah. But sometimes sometimes it can be difficult because the thoughts will go by so quickly, or it's so overwhelming in my own headspace that I can't really, my body just is exhausted thinking. Just from the act of thinking, my body's physically exhausted. I know that's really strange, but that's part of my reality. But I wasn't sure if it was from the fast or from the preparing of the fast. Wasn't sure if it's with the lunar phases. We did just have the full lunar eclipse. People are like the blood moon, everything. I understand, but I'm so sick of terms like blood moon and super moon. It makes me want to scream. Like, just so tired of those terms. Like, anytime there is a full moon, people want to call it a super moon. Or anytime there's even like a partial eclipse, people want to call it a blood moon. It's just, I know you're allowed to do that. It's your life. But I've been following my path for such a long time that I remember when there was a time that nobody knew about the lunar eclipses. And I was the one being like, hey, there's this. And no one knew about it and you could like enjoy it. And now people are like, yes, lunar, moon, eclipse, shove it down your throat. And you're kind of like, oh my God. I'm happy that everyone is acknowledging that. And it's great. But it's a little exhausting, to be honest. It's just a little exhausting. And I get tired. As much as I love metaphysics, I also really like the scientific side. I really like the scientific side because I feel like if it wasn't for the scientific side, we wouldn't be able to explain a lot of the metaphysical side of things. And while I don't necessarily have the knowledge or the education, about everything metaphysical, I've done a lot of reading. I can't always tap into all the information I've absorbed over the years. I can't always, remember it precisely or perfectly or even the full article that I read. But I've consumed a lot of information. And I enjoy the fact that we have reached a point in our society that science is now proving the existence of so many things that people used to just say were fake or superstition or, just it doesn't exist. I like the fact that we have scientific backing at this point. But I feel like with the rise of so many people becoming aware of metaphysical things again, so many people, reading about all of this, there's this really, really like one-sided perspective of things. And we happily live in a time that we can separate the superstition from the science and the reality. I love to know superstitions. I love just that knowledge for having it. But, you know, it doesn't mean I necessarily believe all of it. You know, I just like to know it for the sake of knowing it. I enjoy knowing stuff. I just think it's good mental hygiene to continue to learn. That's how I am. You know, whether I use the knowledge or how I use the knowledge is totally different, but I think it's just good to keep learning. And I feel like right now there are so many people following this path, but they don't understand there's a lot of science-based evidence behind it. And I'm not talking like the totally biased hoo-hoo science that the straight up lies. I mean, and that, because that exists. But there is some serious scientific backing behind things. There have been studies done. And I feel like more people need to read that as well and understand the scientific side or the environmental side. Like with the lunar eclipse, you know, I think it's just as, instead of just learning about the metaphysical things you can do with the lunar eclipse, but you should also learn about, you know, the alignments of the planets and why the lunar eclipse is happening and how often it happens. Because lunar eclipses and solar eclipses are actually very common. They're very common. They happen quite a few times a year. I don't remember. See, here's my thing. You know, I know that there are solar eclipses and lunar eclipses every year, but I don't remember how many those are, how many of them there are a year. I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and say 2, 3. They're not all full. Most of them are partial, but there are eclipses every year. Multiple eclipses of both the sun and the moon every year. What makes the rareness of it is the amount of the sun or the moon that is getting darkened out, that is eclipsing. And like, for example, like last night, it was a full lunar eclipse, so the moon was full. And I think it was a total eclipse. I didn't do all the research. I'd been following the eclipses for quite a few years, and for me, after a point, like, you kind of get tired of that. Like, of reading the same sort of thing over and over and over again. And I was at a point that I was like, that's awesome. That's awesome when we have a lunar eclipse on a full moon. I think it was a full lunar eclipse. See, that's the thing. Like, not all eclipses are full. Some of them are partial. Some of them you can't see from where you live. So, I mean, that's very cool. But I'm just kind of exhausted with a point because people just now are understanding that, oh, there are eclipses that are happening. And people don't, oh, they're so rare. You're not going to have an eclipse of this size for so many thousands of years or until then. It's like, I understand the importance of it, but I need to take a break from the eclipses. I need to take a break from this. Sometimes you have to do that. See, this is what I'm talking about. When I talk about my brain being very, very active in a manner that I like, and I don't know if it's from the moon, a change of diet, or hell, it could be the fact that, you know, we're going into the Aquarius birthday area, though I'm not going to get too much on astrology. I'm out of touch with that one. I haven't researched that much. I haven't researched or studied back up on that topic in a long time. With that being said, though, I'm going to say, I don't want to be like, oh, you know, it's the time of the Aquarius, and that's why I'm having this, you know, Aquarius stuff. But from my vague understanding of astrology, like, even though, you know, the Aquarius sun sign runs from the 21st of January to like the 21st of February. That's how I gauge all of the zodiacs. Somewhere in between the 19th and the 21st from month to month. That's how I gauge it. That's how I gauge all the zodiacs. It's like, okay, they run from about the middle of one month to the middle of the next month. The dates aren't perfect. I don't remember every single date perfectly. This goes back to how I remember stuff. It's not going to be perfect, but it's there. But, oh my God, I'm getting sidetracked. This is Amber. This is how I am. But as I was saying with the zodiac, because yes, we're going into the time of Aquarius when the birthdays are, but like astrologically, Like, actually, the alignments in the skies with the stars and the planets, like, it's not, like, where it would have been, like, for example, my zodiac, Aquarius, all that jazz is not in the alignment of, like, when it was when I was born, or the Aquarius zodiac star constellation stuff is, it's like it doesn't actually line up with this time of the year. It's weird and hard to understand, and there's lots of controversy with it. And I'm not going to try to explain it because I don't understand it well enough to explain it in a comprehensive manner. At least not those aspects of it. I know what I know, and I don't know what I don't know, or I kind of understand what I don't know, but not well enough to explain it. Did that make sense? But yeah, so this is what's happening with the fast so far. I am rambly, and when I talk, I spring off to the sides, but I'm okay with it, and I like that my brain is active again. Not to say that my brain is inactive, but when you're certain types of exhaustion and certain types of environment cause me to struggle in my day-to-day life. Struggle with my idea of what reality is. Struggle with my idea of what reality should be. I'm a firm believer that reality is what you make it. Now, we can get into a whole big topic on psychology with that and, all the different disorders we have, but I'm not going to go in that. Yeah, my brain has been very active. I've been thinking a lot, and I've been unloading ideas and views that I have, and I've been working really hard to not be an asshole about it. One thing I've particularly noticed, as I follow a lot of the Facebook witches and pagans in that kind of realm. Not all of them, because oh my gosh, there are so many pagan communities out there. It's like it seems like in your path, in my path, there was like this huge stretch of time that it was like pulling teeth to find information, pulling teeth to find communities. They're all gone. But like once you get that door down, once you kick that door down or open it up, it's suddenly like a freaking floodgate. And it's like, you're just like, oh my God, there's so much out there. And in my case, I'm wading through just the varieties of people. I like to analyze people. I like to watch how people think, learn how people think, understand other people's views, whether I agree with them or not. I like hearing and learning about people. And I also like hearing and learning about people who are different from me, so in turn I can learn more and educate, or even better my own sense of knowledge, expand upon what I know, and figure out what I like and what I don't like, and what I agree with and what I don't agree with. Victor. I'm going to have to wrap this up here soon because they're not going to leave me alone and my focus is going to waver. But what I've been dealing with right now was the real understanding of, I understood the diversity in the pagan community and the witch community. The diversity. Oh, are you making me fart?
Yeah.
What did I tell you? I have kids. It's fart and poop jokes all day long. I wasn't lying.
No.
That's reality.
You pee your pants.
Hi, Angelo.
Hi, Mama. You gotta get that
there's certain levels of understanding, and for me, I've been really trying to.
It's the end.
Let me finish my last paragraph of thought, and then I will hang out with you. Give me like 5 minutes.
No. It's I'll break the wall.
Trying to focus again. Don't break the wall, please don't. You don't do that. But the diversity in the people type, because I've realized sometimes when you go into these new communities or find these new groups of people, you finally have these moments of like, aha, people are finally with me. They finally understand me. And I've like reached this point of traveling this path so far that
Do you see me on the phone?
No, because you're not on it. I've reached this point of going, oh shit, I'm a weirdo amongst the weirdos again. And I have to search to find people who are viewing the world or understanding the world in the way that I am. Because I've reached a point in my path that some people just don't get it.
There's a boy behind
And it's not to
you.
say
There's a boy
that their path is
behind
wrong
you.
or that I'm
There's a boy
higher
behind
vibration
you,
of them or
Mama.
whatever. It's just
There's
we're at
a
a different
boy
place
behind you,
because of
Mama.
our life experience,
What,
our
Mama?
knowledge intake,
What?
our income, our genders, our just the whole gamut of the human beings that we are.
That's a kid
We're in
behind
different
you.
places, you know, and it's not a good thing, it's not a bad thing, it just is what it is. So I'm back on that search of finding people who I can actually learn from instead of hearing the same opinions over and over. I don't want to say opinions, but the same spiel over and over again. I need something a little bit more than what I already know. A different perspective from what I've been taking in so long. Because while it's been diverse, it hasn't been diverse enough. While it's, you know, you can only have so much. You can only... I don't know where I'm following with that track, but you know, you're only introduced to things when you're ready to be introduced to them.
I'm okay. Stop it.
So yeah,
I'm okay.
I don't know if that last paragraph came out right,
Ow.
but
You break me.
yeah. My understanding of the diversity and pagan community isn't so much about the views of the religious views. It's more so the actual people themselves, like the personality clashes, you know, and it's interesting. I see. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Are we done?
Yeah.
Stop that.
Yeah.
Are we done? We gotta say bye. Gotta say bye.
Let's check out a picture.
It's not a picture. It's a video. We're gonna turn it off.